In this video, we're going to be talking about natal sun in Aries in the first house and what this placement means for you if you have it in the chart. And with that being said, what the sun represents is it represents our energy, our actions, and our ego, our sense of value to others, and how we tend to act in the world. Because it rules Leo, which is a fixed fire sign. Fire signs are about action, and fixed signs are about a constant state of being. So Leo and the sun are all about a constant way of acting. And so when you have the sun in Aries, which is actually the sign of exaltation of the sun, this indicates that you have a strong and constant identity, and that your way of acting is always in alignment to your perception or your way of seeing things, as well as your identity. And also, your identity tends to always remain the same. You don't change yourself when you are around others. And in fact, this can spark disagreement and competition, but you don't mind that. And you live up to that. So, in addition, the sun is exalted in the first house because the first house is the house of Aries. And generally speaking, what this placement shows is it shows an individual that projects themselves strongly out into the world. And they have a lot of confidence in their individuality and their personality. But it's really an unconscious thing for them. It's not something they're consciously thinking about. It's just they are themselves. Now, also, the sun shines and it shows where we receive attention and validation. So when it's in the first house, this indicates an individual that stands out, especially in competitive environments. And they are competitive. They want to beat out the competition. And the next point about this placement is that the individual that has this will radiate masculine energy, regardless of their gender. So even a woman that has this placement, she will radiate strength, confidence, and authority. And finally, you will tend to have a very direct and forthright approach to things. When you have this placement, you could be quite impulsive, and you just do things in a direct manner because you may have this feeling like you are capable of doing things easily. Like, this placement gives this element of faith in the outcome. And it's that causes Aries to be so direct. It's that they feel like whatever they do, the outcome is going to work out. And sometimes they do things very quickly. They don't do things like really detailed or like perfectionistically. They just feel like doing things is all that counts. And they let the final product be the way that it is. But that's because, Aries is associated to the ram. And the ram, when it pursues an objective, when it tries to hit a target, it puts its head down and it just runs full force ahead. And sometimes it hits its target, sometimes it doesn't. And that's exactly how Aries are. When they have a target, they just put their head down and they metaphorically just run towards it. And sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But they have this element of luck to them and like faith. And that's because beyond all this, when the sun is in the first house, it's in the ninth from its own house. And ninth is about luck and risk-taking and gambles. So, you can have an element of risk-taking to your personality. And your risk-taking is more in the sense of doing things for a purpose or an objective. So when you do something, you really take a risk on it because you have this element of faith, which is also associated with the ninth house influence. So with that being said, that basically summarizes Aries sun in the first house and what I wanted to talk about. If you haven't seen my Aries sun general video, I definitely recommend you check that out as well, because there is more information and more specifics about Aries. And other than that, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting in any way that you do. If you'd like a comprehensive natal chart reading, then check out the link in my description to my Patreon. And also I have an email if you like to contact me with any inquiries. Anyways, other than that, I'll talk to you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.